We've just checked into our hotel, the Barbizon Palace in Amsterdam, and we will be here a few days before boarding our riverboat. Cycling is a national pastime in the Netherlands. Visitors have to watch out. On our last trip to Amsterdam, we found this enormous bike parking lot outside Central Station. This has now been relocated. The new bicycle parking lot is under the canal. You can rent a bike, or you can get work done on your own bike. With a two-tier system of bike racks, there is room here for 7,000 bicycles. Today we're doing a short walking tour right out of our hotel.
Because in the past there were many and now there's
This is a very narrow house. We've just finished our short tour and we're walking back through the red light district to our hotel. This morning we're going to do a short tour around the city of Haarlem before boarding our riverboat. Today we're starting our tour of Haarlem around the local canals. Our tour guide tells us that the city spends a lot of money every year clearing debris from the canal, and the favourite is stolen bicycles. We're now on land walking around the Basilica of St. Bavo's. We'll soon be in the town centre where there happens to be a giant fun fair, and it's time for lunch. Back in Amsterdam yesterday evening, we boarded our riverboat, the Ammermorra. We're about to set off for the city of Hoorn. It's time for a look at the upper deck of our boat. After mooring at Hoorn, we've gone by bus to the Zuiderzee Open Air Museum. Apart from artisans on site, the museum has a large collection of old wooden ships. We've reached the meeting place for the end of the tour. We've seen some interesting artisans, but it's time to move on. Today we're cruising towards our next stop, which is Middlesbrough. Our first stop in Middlesbrough is at the Delta Works Flood Museum. The museum shows the results of the disastrous flood in 1953 and the efforts made to reinforce the water defences. We've now moved outside and we're looking at some of the water defence system. Today we're in Belgium and the tour guide is giving us the time we're going to meet before we enter the gates to the old city of Bruges. This is the first view of the town square, complete with the usual fanfare.
Good morning. How you doing? How are you? It's students. Students. Yeah. Students.
The end part of the belfry to show you one more time where exactly are you.
It's now time for our canal boat tour.
Throughout the tour, water is between 1 and 3 meters deep, and there's plenty of fish in here. You have carps, eel, piranhas, all different. The building with the beautiful tower is the Poortensloge, was one of the first stock markets in Europe. So there, imagine in the middle. You look on top of you, there's still some hair from last year.
It's now time for our lunch, which is going to be Belgian waffles and fries in the town square. Then we're moving off tomorrow to our next stop, which is Antwerp. We arrived in Antwerp this morning, and after a 1-hour bus ride we're in the Floralia Gardens, which are in the grounds of a privately owned castle. We've reached the end of this tour and tomorrow we'll be in Delft. This morning our ship moored in Rotterdam and we've taken a short bus ride to the city of Delft. Our plan this morning is a short walk around the city and then a visit to the Delft porcelain factory. We've now reached the town square. Like all the Dutch cities, there are always canals and plenty of bicycles. We're just starting our tour of the porcelain factory. Oops, just joking. Now we've moved into the factory.
That's stronger. And then you can take the plastic mold off. It's about in between 5 and 10 years to become a master painter. We all learn it here on the job.
This is the end of our morning in Delft, and after lunch the boat made the short trip from Rotterdam to Kinderdijk. Kinderdijk is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and together with 3 modern pumping stations, it has 19 18th century windmills which help control the water system. We've been here before, so we didn't go on today's tour, and tomorrow morning we'll be back in Amsterdam. It's the last day of the trip and we're back in Amsterdam. This morning we're taking a short bus ride to the world-famous Keukenhof Gardens. We have about an hour bus ride before we get to Keukenhof Gardens. These are only open for 2 months of the year. The sun is shining and we are really looking forward to this. We've been told that every year they hand plant around 7 million bulbs in these gardens. Time to go up into the windmill for a better view. Lots more bulbs being grown in these fields. We don't have much time left, so we're going to walk around as much of the gardens as we can before going to meet the bus. We've now reached the end of the movie and it's been a great trip.